Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
How can we determine who we can trust in this new alliance of White Hats or Space Command, and determine who is in this new system and not part of the many corrupt regimes of old?
Okay, that's a really good question, and it's a fair question. And I can only share with you my own personal experience and where I am at with all of this. And it's going to be different for every single individual. It comes down to trusting yourself. It comes down to trusting yourself. It comes down to understanding how much bigger and more of you there is. We're all, many of us, thinking third dimension. And we are thinking based on experiences we've had just here on Earth, where we've been screwed over, betrayed, lied to, manipulated, taken advantage of, yada, 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 all of that stuff, okay? Almost all of us have been through it. When you fully realize that this part of you, this limited part of you, isn't you, that there's so much more of you, and you empower yourself with the spirit of all that is, and you connect to source, what you realize, what you draw to you is consciousness that the holy books talk about, of saints and sages. And what it is that they have this epiphany. They have these epiphanies about, oh my God, I am so much more. And then there's that part of you, because, you know, we're all intuitive. We are all psychic. It's just you have to develop it. You have to work on it. Now, in regards to the White Hats and the Alliance, or even the Black Hats, okay, you're seeing the Black Hats now. And you're unraveling and beginning to see the truth that those people who we've trusted, whether it's government, mental health, religion, financial, we are now beginning to see who they truly were and what they were really doing to us. So you take that experience, okay, I acknowledge that. I never saw it, but now I do. And then you take that to the other side and say, okay, do I take any of this at face value? You probably shouldn't. And going forward, we won't. What you do and what I am doing is that I am watching their actions, not their words, but their actions. What is it that they're actually doing? Now, I have the added benefit that, I get to still talk and visit with Morine. I implicitly trust him without anything, without even a hesitation, because I've known him 58 years of my life, or 57 years of my life. I know him and he knows me. And I know his character. And I would trust him with my kids. I would trust him with my life. And actually, I have. So I have that where you don't. Expand your field of intuition. Expand your knowingness. When you look at the information, whether it's black hat or white hat, what is your first physical response? Whether it's your heart, your gut, or your head, although I would put your head maybe in third place. I would put your heart first, your gut second, then your head. Okay, because your heart's always going to be wiser than your head. And your gut is, in fact, most of the time wiser than your head. And it's always that first response. And if it doesn't resonate to you, no matter where the information comes from, then it doesn't resonate to you. Then what you do is, this is what I do, is I just put it aside. Just put it aside. I don't throw it away completely or dismiss it. I just put it aside. It doesn't work for me now. And then what I do is I only pay attention to the information that does resonate to me. And I know what that is. I mean, I know who I am. So I know what resonates to me. And at some point down the road, if something comes up that I really resonate with, that connects to that piece that didn't make any sense to me, well, then I bring that piece back and I see how it fits. And if it fits, then I keep it. Because now the fact that it's connected to something I resonate to, and once it fits, well, then I resonate to the bigger picture of what it represents. And then I hold on to it. But I'm constantly checking over and over and over again all the information. Okay, all the information. The hard part is time. It is so hard to judge time because there are so many variables in everything that's going on now. So I leave the time equation out of it. I know that the A's don't know how to tell time here. I know the Pleiadians don't either, because they don't live in our time. They don't live in this reality to know. Okay? They just don't know. So we have to look at everything as event-based. So to answer your question, you just have to trust your gut and trust what it is you feel about the information. If it doesn't resonate, then just put it aside and just move on. But don't stop searching. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep pursuing what it is that you're looking at or want to know. because many times I have found information makes its way back to me. And suddenly it's like, wow, okay. Now it resonates, now it fits. I didn't have enough of the right information to know what to do with this piece of information. That's why it didn't resonate. And then further down, with more education, with much more awareness and knowledge, suddenly it comes back and now it fits. It's okay to verify. It's okay to keep double, triple checking you. We're all going to be doing this after everything we've been through. Okay? The white hats know it. They know it. It's expected. It's absolutely expected. So, you know, you can take everything with a grain of salt or a grain of sand. And then when you know that it's real, then it's no longer a grain of sand. It's a block that you can build something on. We're all there. We are all having that experience with you. So, and it doesn't matter whether it's my information or anybody else's. That's what you should be doing. It's expected. Okay? I get it.
If the White Hats have already won, what are we waiting for?
It's logistics, Val. It's logistics. Everything isn't in place yet. Everything's not in place. That's all it is. It's logistics. We're just waiting for the logistics to catch up after the victory. And that's what it is. It's logistics. You want the transition to be as smooth as possible. You want the transition to be as positive as possible. You don't want to collapse the entire global situation and the only way we all know how to live overnight and try to replace it with something we don't understand. So logistically, you have to put things in place that maintain stability. And then as you move forward and more information is released, we begin to see the idea of letting certain things go. And we voluntarily do this. Now, in making these decisions to letting specific types of lifestyles go and or ways of living that have not served us, as we voluntarily decide to let those go, we empower ourselves to embrace the change, to embrace the new. And the more we commit to that, the faster we bring it to us. You see, this is on us. This is all on us. We are now going to be taking responsibility for our civilization. There aren't going to be any excuses. Okay, we were manipulated, this and that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, which is why we're being given this chance to become part of the galactic community. But logistically, you know, you got what, 90% of the human population has no clue. They have no clue the big picture. They don't have a clue about half the picture. They have to be read into it. And that's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be some bumps. Some people, some groups of people are going to have a very, very difficult time. Their culture is going to have a very difficult time with some of this. And it's going to take some time. This isn't going to happen overnight. But logistically, you have to put things in place to maintain stability as we go through all these changes. And the more we volunteer to change our lifestyle, to let things go, the quicker we move through fourth into fifth. But we have to do it. We have to be responsible. You see, they're not here to babysit. They came here to assist, to free us, to assist, and to mentor, not babysit. That's not going to happen. You see. And we shouldn't need babysitters. We really shouldn't. Once we get the story, once we understand everything that's happened, I know we're fully capable of doing this ourselves. We're smart, we're clever, we're resourceful, we're perseverant, we're loving, we're generous. We don't need babysitters. We just got to do it. We just got to do it. Okay? It's pretty simple. We just got to do it. So, it's logistics. It's the first time we've been here. This is the first time we've been here. And all these things that have been going on in the shadows have to be brought into the light. How to share that type of information involves some logistics as well. Okay? But this is the first time for all of us. And, everyone's doing the very best they can. They are. But part of the beautiful things about this reset, and they're starting off with the financial reset of the entire world, is we can end poverty. We can end poverty. We can end starvation. We can end homelessness. Because money is just now a tool to fix all that. It's not a weapon used against us. And that's what it's been. The fiat currency system was a weapon that was used against us. It was never meant to fix anything. But the perspective is different now. So is the perception.
Alex, can you share your knowledge on transhumanism and how the regressives are trying to merge man with machine? If Elon Musk is a real white hat, how can we trust his Neuralink project?
There have been many cultures, spacefaring cultures in the past, from many different galaxies that have merged man or flesh with machine. Some of this was done to prolong life for space travel. Some of it was to be able to survive and adapt to certain environmental or atmospheric conditions so that their race could survive. There have been many reasons for this. Some of it has been very altruistic. There's always that dark side where they want to create a living organism that lasts forever, but will be controlled and manipulated and be obedient. So it covers both spectrums. The benevolent civilizations have learned a lot about that part of the past, of the galactic past, or galactic's past. They've understood that. They made a lot of self-course corrections in regards to things of that nature. Because anything that's part machine or software oriented, or AI oriented or connected, always has the ability to be manipulated and turned into something it was never intended to. Now, if you've listened to some of the past webinars, I talked to you about in the rings of Saturn, the big old Anunnaki mining machines, 10,000 miles in length, and how they had synthetics on there that were still managing this equipment. This equipment still works after all these thousands of years. They don't build Pintos up there. And these organisms were there doing their thing. And when they're not working, they go into cryo. And then when it's time to come out and do something or fix something, they come out of cryo. That's another form of what we're talking about here. You have to understand that when a dark side chooses to go after DNA life, specifically to twist and turn DNA life, they don't go after monkeys. They don't go after single cell amoebas. No, if they're going to control something, if they want to own something, if they want to have control of something remarkable, what they're going to look for is something that has an extraordinary DNA signature. Something with great depth, great history, and holographic history and knowledge greater than that which they themselves possess. Earth, humanity. So that's why we've been singled out, because of who we are. We're extraordinary people. We're extraordinary beings. The knuckleheads are extraordinary beings. They just don't remember. And this is why they've been trying to capture us. They have been, in many ways, very successful, but in other ways, they haven't been. And that's because of the soul. The human spirit can be very, very strong, can be very, very independent. And when push comes to shove, if they can't get you into fear and lock you down that way, then on the flip side of that is a soul that's extremely independent and wants to think for itself. The fact of the matter is, that's most of humanity, independent and wants to think for itself. Okay? All this bullshit in the media, we can't think for ourselves and all of this. That's narrative, folks. It's all narrative. Most people are this way. They're independent. They want to think for themselves. They just didn't know what to do. But now, humanity's coming together. Humanity realizes this is a turning point for the entire civilization. They're beginning to believe in a future that involves love, light, liberty, compassion, independence, space travel, um, genuine freedom, uh, unlimited creativity. And many other things that at the moment we can't comprehend. We're suddenly believing in promise again. This is all very, very important because humanity we have to step into our power. I've been saying this for 30 years. We have had to step into our power, and it had to be voluntary. You see, it had to come from ourselves. And the white hats and the off-worlders and the guides and the angels and all of it that has been working behind the scenes to initiate this awakening in humanity. They've been waiting for this moment that's here now. And it's coming, it's a grassroots. It's coming from you, from the soul of humanity itself. It really is. And it doesn't matter about walk-ins, doesn't matter about the star seeds. Everybody here who's incarnated, we're talking about the human family now. Okay? Yeah, we all know we came from someplace else. But right now, we're human beings. We're Terrans. We are knights of Terra, and we are standing up for our civilization, and we're going to protect our home and our planet and each other. That's what we do. And that's what we're called to do. Imagine what's going to happen when we light this place up, what it's going to do to the rest of this galaxy and other galaxies around us. A fucking bell is going to be rung that will never stop ringing for dimension after dimension after dimension after dimension. It will ring all the way up. This is the moment, guys. This is it. We're right there. We're right there. There is so much going on.
Are we in danger of reaching a point when the movie is creating more negativity than positivity? Is the cure becoming worse than the disease?
No, I don't think so. There's no question we're all pretty impatient, especially those of us who have a very good basic understanding of what was and what we're moving to. And we're like, let's just move on to it. Let's just get going here. And that's clearly something that is very much in the consciousness of Western civilizations. We like to move forward, and we like to do things quickly. Where your indigenous and your Asian cultures, they tend to move very slowly. They do complement each other a lot of the time when they work together for that reason. One's putting the metal to the floor, and the other one has his foot on the brake, saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Let's just make sure we make all the turns, and we don't hit any guardrails, etc., etc." Those people who are not going to wake up for whatever reason, it's my understanding that at some point they will be returning to source. Now, there's all kinds of talk about a second Earth and a third Earth, and ladies and gentlemen, in the 30 plus years that I've been talking, and in the 50 plus years that I've known the A's, they've never said that. that there was talk that those who chose not to awake would be taken to another third density planet. However, the universe has kind of changed that. This area of our galaxy is not going to be holding a third density band of physicality. It's imploding. Right? It just isn't going to be there. And apparently this has happened in other galaxies. So this is nothing new to Source. It just takes it out. And it's not there. I would assume that it's probably replaced with fourth density. So does it make sense to take people who are not awake and consciously self-aware and move them into fourth density? No, it doesn't. So if you use the reincarnational cycle, where they cross over and then they rebirth into a more advanced civilization, that way they're brought up to speed in a way that they can handle, as opposed to moving from one physicality to another almost instantaneously. Now, we're going to have our own challenges with that because we've never done it. But we're all actually looking forward to it, those of us who are consciously awake and aware of these probabilities. So, we've prepared ourselves, not to mention the fact that those of us who have come back in time that were in third density and then left third density and went to fourth to fifth to sixth, etc., and now have come back and fallen back into third, when that third strand lights up, we're going to have all these memories. We're going to understand the transition from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 because we have the memories of being in those fields, in those frequency fields. So we know what to expect. We'll know how to merge ourselves and adapt to the changes because of real life experiential knowledge. And not everyone who's awake has that. And I'm going to guess that some of them that aren't awakening are probably souls who are in third density for the first time, that have very little experience here. And they simply can't see past it. But like I've always said, all the broken pieces find their way home. So they'll be okay. They're just going to take the long way home. Like that song by Supertramp, Take the Long Way Home. That's what they're going to do. They're going to take the long way home. So it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're just playing this thing out. And there's very large pieces of this that we don't know or we can't remember. I am sure that before we came back in time to this same time period to do something over again, that we were all briefed on the other side, that we have counterparts in fourth and fifth and sixth on starships who know the plan. And when we astral travel and we're on board, it could very well be that we're being given these pieces of the puzzle, which when we wake up in our physical bodies, third density physical bodies, we can't readily draw the information to us. For security reasons. Makes sense. We're dealing with terrestrial and non-terrestrial entities that are pretty messed up. They're really, really messed up. And they are in so much personal pain themselves that they have absolutely no problem hurting others. Just because. They have completely lost their way. There's no heart path for these beings at this moment. Zero heart path. And they're going to hit the wall. They're absolutely going to hit the wall.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.